Hi, I'm Rosaline Hampton, and today I'm going to show you how to do a textured halo braid. So this is my hair completely naturally air dried. It has like a little bit of frizz and kind of a really random wave. It's not very consistent, so I wouldn't probably go out like this, but at the same time I don't want to have to be able to blow dry it and style it today. I don't have time for that. So what I'm going to do is show you a quick like 5-minute way to have it look really cute, very stylish. I won't even have to have picked up any type of hot tool. So first, what you want to do is prep the hair. So this is just air dried and it has like a little bit of a leave-in conditioner and that's it. I'm going to be using my Mason Pearson hairbrush. That's my only hair tool that I'm using. And then the rest is just our product and accessories. First, I'm going to go through with the hair refresher, spray in my roots like this in like 1-inch partings, and I start maybe just a little bit off of my hairline and go all the way back to the crown. So what the hair powder is going to do is absorb any extra oil that I have and give me lots of great texture and volume at my root. So most of the time, like either air dried hair or second day hair like this tends to be really flat at the roots, and then it tends to get like frizzier toward the ends, but we're going to deal with the ends a little bit later. So I have that powder in, and then I just go in and I run it all through my hair, make sure it's mixed up in that crown area, and then see how it's going to give me that nice texture for me to work with. So one of the hardest things about styling hair is when the hair is really limp and it's too soft, because it's kind of like it just won't do anything for you and it won't work. So we want to add that texture in there that'll give it some grit so that it's going to be really easy for me to do the braid. And then the second thing I'm going to use is a strong dry wax. This is also by Dovinus, their new More Inside line. And I just use the front of my nail, and I'm taking about a pearl size amount. And the key is you have to really work it into your hands and completely emulsify the product, because if you see it on your hands, you're going to see it in your hair. So I have it all mixed up on my hands like this, and then I'm going to lift that section, which is what we're going to be working with when we braid, and I just go in and rub it in on my crown like this. And that's going to give me even more texture and actually give me some hold too when I go to do the braid. So now I have the right foundation to start off the braid. So next we're going to take a zigzag part. You can just use your nail. So right now I have my front is just an off-center part, and it kind of naturally waves, which I like. So then I'm going to go back right behind that and just do deep zigzags like that. And then see how that gives me that random kind of jaggedy part. We're going to pick the 2 sections that we want to do the halo braid with. So I pick my section about 2 inches back like that on each side. So this is the hair that we're going to be braiding. Now the rest of this hair, I'm going to use the Mason Pearson hairbrush and give myself some texture and back combing, or actually this is called back brushing. So see how I lifted up that section, and it's about 1 inch deep all the way across my crown. And then I'm going to take the brush, I pull it forward and over direct the hair, and then I'm going to take the brush and just go down 1, 2, and then see how it gave me all of that lift there. And then I'm going to do that again, another inch in front of it. Just take a big section and go 1, 2. I'm going to go 1, 2, and then just barely smooth that out. So I want it to have like a little bit of that texture and look kind of ratty. I don't want it to be all like a smooth beehive type thing. Okay, so we have these 2 sections that we're going to braid, and then we have all the hair behind it and the section that we just back combed. So we're going to take that and just clip it out of the way to make our braiding easy for us. So I'm using just a big fat jaw clip, twisting the hair once and clamping it, reinforcing it in like that. And then I have the sections, so we're going to take 3 strands and just do a loose, messy braid. And I'm slightly angling it back so that when I do pull these back to meet it, my nape, I'm not gonna have like a lot of tension because I braided straight down. Instead, I'm braiding just a little bit back. And it can be messy. Like, see how I have some of my layers coming out? That's okay, that totally works with it. Then, so instead of using a rubber band or a pin or something like that, we're gonna just tease the very ends of the braid. And then that totally stays, and I won't have like extra accessories in there that I don't want. And then we're gonna go in on this side, make our 3 strands, and braid. And again, I'm just slightly angling that braid back. And then I'm gonna take my brush and wrap the bottom. Okay, so now we have these 2 crazy looking braids, and I'm gonna let out the rest of my hair from the clip. And then before I put them in the back and reinforce it, I'm gonna take this brush and rough them up a little bit so that it looks like I've been wearing these braids for like a few days, not just today and fresh. And that helps it also match the texture of the rest of my hair. And then I can even use my hands and pull the braids apart a little bit to get even more texture. So now I have these kind of like messy looking undone braids. And then I'm gonna just take the braids and a little bit of my underneath hair as well and twist it back toward my nape. And then I'm taking that section and we're gonna use the barrette. So these are my absolute favorite barrettes in the world. They're made in France by France Luxe. And I love how the tones in the barrette like match my outfit today. So then I just go in and secure the braids like that. I'm gonna go back through now and decide like what needs to come out, what needs to be shaped. So this is where you guys are gonna be able to like totally individualize it and find something that looks really flattering. I like to really work with my hands. So see how I'm like making more texture in that back area? So you're gonna see the height over my crown and then it gets tight right where the barrette is. And then I'm gonna have like this funky cool texture below it. And then next, the last product I'm gonna use is the Invisible Serum. So again, it's like just a pearl size. And this is like a really light cream, easily mixes into my hands. And then this stuff I'm gonna put, and it gives my ends like a little more like that second day texture. So instead of my hair just looking like messy and air dried, it looks really intentional now, like I worked to get that texture. And then the final thing is just shaping and adjusting things. So one way to make your crown not look like just this funky bump, you can go in and just pull separate strands out like this. And then, okay, I said that was the last product. One more thing, we're just gonna spray. Mist it with some hairspray. So you might be seeing me do this a lot where I'm rubbing my fingers together. That's called finger teasing. And that's how I'm creating these fun bumps in the hair and getting that texture without even using a brush or a comb or anything. So those strands over my ear, I just kind of pulled out at the last second. And we're good to go. Okay, so this is the textured halo braid clipped in with the barrette. Hope you guys like it.